The bullies were not showing any mercy on this quiet orphan student, but they were unaware of the fact that the pain of his past traumas is ready to explode, and it would fill hearts of these bullies with repent. The guy was son of the famous detective couple who were slain mercilessly when he was just 10 years old, but life trained him to take the perfect revenge, and now he is just getting ready for it. Welcome back to Paramount Recapped. If you are new, don't forget to subscribe. So, the movie begins with the showing of a boy named So-mun being picked up by his parents from his grandmother's house. It was because both of his parents turned out to be detectives from the police, so they didn't have time to take care of So-mun and decided to entrust him to his grandmother. His parents promised to take So-mun on vacation every weekend as proof of their apology to So-mun because they didn't have time for him. But in the middle, So-mun's father got a call from his friend, who is also a detective, who told So-mun's father to be vigilant and careful. At the same time, suddenly a truck sped up and hit their car, throwing it away. Due to the accident, both of So-mun's parents were declared dead, while So-mun survived, but with a broken leg, making it difficult for him to walk normally. Here it turned out that the accident was planned, as a mysterious man approached and confirmed that both of So-mun's parents had actually died. Additionally, So-mun's father's friend who called him earlier was also declared dead, having fallen from a tall building. From this incident, it can be concluded that the incident may be related to their job as detectives. And surely the culprit is a criminal who didn't want the secret of their crime to be revealed by them. The police assigned to investigate the accident didn't find any information, so they declared that So-mun's parents' accident was really just an accident. Shortly, 7 years passed. It seems So-mun has become a teenage man who lives with his grandmother and grandfather, but his grandmother has experienced dementia due to age. Despite this, So-mun doesn't give up and always lives his days cheerfully, even though his legs are disabled. We are then introduced to two friends of So-mun who always accompany him in every joy and sorrow, Unman and Julian. In other places, we are also introduced to the tavern employees, who are a group of evil spirit hunters, and the group is called Counter. All members are selected to gain special power for hunting down evil spirits that possess human souls to commit murder. The members of the Counter are named Cho Young, Han Ju, and the last one named Chu Mei. Initially, the three of them were ordinary humans, but suddenly they were chosen to be counters when they were in a coma visited by death. After gaining that power, they are assigned to hunt down evil spirits. In return, the counters will be given life again. The counters are seen hunting evil spirits who possess human bodies to commit murder. The evil spirits lead humans to commit murder, and the more victims killed, the higher the evil spirit's power level increases. That's why the counter group was created, to stop the evil acts committed by evil spirits and return them to the afterlife. The counters face evil spirits whose power levels are 3, making them overwhelmed to deal with them. Fortunately, the counters can gain power and increase their strength. They have to go to the area that gives off a rainbow light, knowing that the counter always uses that way to trap evil spirits. The evil spirit managed to enter the area of the light region, and one of the counters named Choi was waiting for him. There was a fight, but suddenly the light slowly disappeared, making Choi, who was originally strong, weak again to fight the evil spirit. This caused Choi to die at the hands of the evil spirit. In fact, Choi also submitted his soul to increase his strength, while Choi's strength came out and had to look for a new body. Unexpectedly, the spirit's counter entered So-mun's body at 9 p.m. So-mun dreamed of meeting the soul of the counter who had entered his body. That counter named Wee General in the morning. So-mun woke up and saw black spots on his fingers. So-mun immediately tried to clean them with a toothbrush, but the black spots couldn't be removed, and even the toothbrush he used broke. When at school, So-mun saw his best friend being bullied, and none of the students who saw it dared to report it to the teacher because they didn't want to deal with the bully. So-mun, who did not accept that, immediately reported the bully to the teacher. The bully named Shin Hyuk was absolutely angry with So-mun for daring to report him. After being reported, Shin Hyuk and his gang never received punishment from the teacher because Shin Hyuk turned out to be the son of the mayor. As a result of the incident, Shin Hyuk and his gang immediately stopped So-mun when he came home from school because he wanted revenge. So-mun was severely beaten by Shin Hyuk, but suddenly one of the counters named Hanju came to help So-mun and beat them one by one. Hanju also invited So-mun to go to the headquarters of the counter, which turned out to be a noodle food stall that is very popular in the city. Then Chu Mei and Vodek, the counters, welcomed So-mun and explained everything that had happened to him, but So-mun was skeptical until Chu Mei convinced him, and Modak said they needed his decision quickly to replace Choi as a counter. So-mun was hesitant, worried about the risks, and who would take care of his grandma if he died. The counters decided to give him some time to think it over. Soon after, So-mun got a call from Shin Hyuk, saying Man was being beaten in the schoolyard. So-mun rushed over and ended up getting beaten by Shin Hyuk too. In the heat of the moment, So-mun blocked a punch, probably due to his new strength, but he still got knocked out by Shin Hyuk's friends. Luckily, the counters arrived just in time to save him. They took So-mun back to headquarters for treatment. When So-mun woke up, he was shocked to find he could use his legs again, thanks to Chu Mei's healing powers. He was overwhelmed with gratitude. Then, Hana sensed the presence of a level 1 evil spirit nearby. The counters suited up and invited So-mun to join the hunt. They found a possessed mother trying to kill her child, but So-mun's quick thinking saved the kid and helped capture the spirit. The counters were impressed by So-mun's bravery. Before heading home, Chu Mei gave So-mun a counter costume and asked him to join them the next morning if he decided to become a counter. That night, So-mun dreamed of why General they struck a deal. If So-mun joined the counters and did his duties well, Jen would let him meet his parents. So-mun agreed and showed up in the counter costume the next day, ready to join. But first, he had to train to control his powers. After school one day, So-mun got a call from Hana about another evil spirit hunt. They arrived at the location and split up to search. So-mun found an evil spirit attacking an old man and managed to save the man's daughter just in time. The counters were surprised by his bravery and instructed him to hold off the spirit until they arrived. So-mun had a vision of the spirit's past killings and got furious, nearly killing the spirit himself before the other counters stopped him. They purified the spirit, sending it back to hell, and helped the victims' souls move on. Seeing the police reminded So-mun of his parents, who were detectives. When he mentioned his father's name, Modak felt it was familiar because he had woken up from a coma with a business card with the same name. However, Modak didn't want to discuss it yet as he couldn't remember his past fully. At the counter headquarters, a man named Jang Mul arrived. He was the first counter in Korea and now supervised and funded all the counter. Modak, curious about So-mun's parents, decided to investigate further. He suspected that So-mun's father's death might be connected to his past and hoped to uncover the truth about who had tried to kill him. Shortly after, he went to the police station and met with a leader who handled the death of So-mun's parents. At the same time, Modak also reported to be in a coma and died by suicide. Hearing this, Modak couldn't believe it because it's impossible for someone to commit suicide but leave a stab scar on the stomach. It seems that the police are covering up the case. The next day at school, Man and Julian asked So-mun about his suddenly healed leg and newfound martial arts skills. So-mun couldn't tell them what really happened due to the counter's rules, so he attributed it to a miracle from God. He asked his friends to keep this healing a secret from everyone. While they were in front of the class, a group of school gangsters arrived, looking for So-mun because they heard he dared to fight Shin Hyuk's subordinates. The gangster leader, seeing So-mun's small body, threw him against a window, but was shocked by So-mun's fighting skills. So-mun warned them not to interfere again, and they left in fear. At night, So-mun received a call from Shin Hyuk, showing a video of his two friends being held captive and tortured again. Shin Hyuk demanded So-mun come if he wanted his friends to survive. So-mun immediately went there and confronted Shin Hyuk's subordinates. Seeing his friends in bad condition, enraged, So-mun's strength surged with the light's effect, increasing his power. Jen, as So-mun's spirit, felt this too, as did the other counters who sensed the great power released by So-mun. So-mun, consumed by anger, mercilessly beat Shin Hyuk's subordinates until only one was left. The counters arrived and stopped So-mun, reminding him that as a counter, he cannot kill in revenge. The police arrived, and Hana urged So-mun to escape, but he refused, accepting the consequences. So-mun was taken to the police station with others. where he was accused of inciting the riot. Even the delinquent's parents accused and berated So-mun, wanting justice despite his injuries. Fortunately, Jang Mul arrived, confessing as So-mun's guardian and silencing the wealthy parents with evidence from Hana that Shin Hayek and his gang had kidnapped So-mun's friends. So-mun was released, and on his way home, he told his grandmother about his healed legs, making her very happy after seeing him live with abnormal days. The spirits held a meeting about So-mun's actions, and one spirit, Run, believed So-mun had violated counter rules and should be expelled. However, other counter members explained that So-mun acted to help bullied friends and couldn't control his anger. Hearing this, all spirits gave So-mun another chance to improve as a counter. The next day, Chu-mei and Hana told Modak about So-mun's parents' death, believing it related to him. Modak found the case strange and needed further investigation. Hana added that she saw flashbacks indicating someone else killed So-mun's parents. They agreed not to tell So-mun until they revealed the case. Meanwhile, So-mun, sweeping the tavern courtyard, saw a powerful light and instinctively played with it. The counters, unable to hold the light, were surprised, speculating So-mun had a special power to control energy. A few days later, the counters sensed a powerful level 3 evil spirit. So-mun found her and followed her into an elevator, but she overpowered him. Luckily, the others showed up to help, but the evil spirit was strong and managed to fight them off for a bit. Modak arrived just in time to defeat her. However, before they could fully extract the spirit, the police showed up and arrested the woman, forcing the counters to leave. Modak then met with a policewoman to discuss his case, mentioning evidence related to young Nim's death, which might be connected to him. The policewoman agreed to investigate, and they found a blood sample at young Nim's residence indicating murder. Meanwhile, Hana visited her old home, reminiscing about her once happy family. So-mun, who had followed Hana, was surprised to find one of his friends living there. The girl explained that her father mistreated them, so they ran away and sought refuge in Hana's old home. So-mun asked Modak if the girl could stay at their base temporarily. Shortly after, thugs raided the house, and So-mun fought them off. The thug leader, seen in a car, turned out to be the man who had stabbed Modak in the past. As Modak confronted him, his memories slowly returned, and he recalled this man, Chanju, as the last person he saw before attempting to jump from a building. Hana discovered that Chanju was just a pawn for Tanks and Company. Modak and the gang erased Chanju's memories and delivered him to Tanks and Company in a sack. Kang Yu, the younger brother of the company's owner Hanju, was confused by Hanju's intentions, who had tried to kill him. Modak suspected this case might be connected to young Nim's death and decided to dig deeper. Chanju, upon regaining consciousness, couldn't recall the previous night's events. When his friend accused Modak of the incident, Chanju initially dismissed it, believing Modak had died 7 years earlier, wanting to confirm if Modak was alive. Chanju ordered his friends to investigate, instructing them to kill Modak if true. This revealed Hanju's motive to kill Modak because he knew a secret that could threaten the mayor's position. The mayor, receiving help from Hanju, was deeply involved. He gathered his team to discuss a counselor opposing his presidential bid. He ordered his subordinate, Sang Pil, to coerce the counselor into supporting him, and then instructed his adopted son, Chong Shin, possessed by a level 3 evil spirit, to assist. Chong Shin accidentally killed the counselor while possessed, creating tension among the mayor and his associate. Policewoman Jong Young, handling the case, located Chong Shin on CCTV. The mayor, aware of this, reprimanded Sang Pil for his son's actions, fearing it would damage his reputation. He ordered Sang Pil to eliminate Chong Shin. That night, Sang Pil confronted Chong Shin with a gun, but Chong Shin, feeling betrayed, was possessed again and turned the gun on Sang Pil, killing him. The scene shifted to So-mun, who discovered a memory card with video recordings in his parents' archives, prompting him to go directly to Modak to discuss it. After watching the video, Modak thought it might be related to young Nim's case, as her body was still missing. On the other side, Modak also discovered information from a blood sample he had found earlier, identifying Chong Shin as the culprit from his criminal record. It turns out that Chong Shin is a high-class hitman, making him a suitable host for the evil spirit that entered his body, elevating it to level 3 due to his frequent murders. Armed with this information, Modak and So-mun teamed up to locate Chong Shin. During their investigation, So-mun discovered that his parents' deaths were not accidental, but deliberate murder. This revelation disappointed So-mun, as Modak, who was also investigating the case, had never disclosed this to him. Modak himself had no memory of these events. Since then, So-mun avoided the counter's headquarters until Honda approached him to explain everything. Hana then invited So-mun to revisit his parents' death in the past using her powers. Witnessing the events, So-mun was deeply saddened to see his parents' faces again and learned that Chong-shin was involved in their deaths. Chong-shin had trapped his parents' spirits inside his body, which enraged So-mun. As tensions rose, the counters decided to hunt down Chong-shin to seek revenge and free So-mun's parents' spirits. They enlisted Jong-young to aid in their search, leading them to a factory where they found Sang-pil's body pinned beneath cars. Jong-young reported this to expose the police's cover-up and declared Chong-shin a fugitive. During their mission, Hana sensed an evil spirit, which turned out to be her uncle. They pursued him, but their car was struck by a truck planted by Chanju, who was trying to report their location to Hanju. Modak emerged injured from the wreckage, prompting Chanju to flee in fear, focused on capturing the evil spirit possessing her uncle. Hana took charge and eventually succeeded in releasing him to the police. This closure brought Hana some peace, as her uncle was responsible for ruining her family. The next day, the counters investigated further into the mayor's crimes and discovered a hidden reservoir containing human remains and polluted water flowing into the city. Outraged, the counters planned to expose the mayor's misdeeds to the public. That night, as So-mun returned home, he sensed a strong evil presence following him. Chong-shin appeared before him, igniting So-mun's desire for revenge. Despite warnings from Aka Wee-jen, So-mun engaged in a fierce battle with Chong-shin, even harnessing the area's power. However, Chong-shin managed to wound So-mun before fleeing. Fortunately, Chumei arrived to heal So-mun, but the severity of his injuries caused her hair to turn white temporarily. As So-mun recovered, he revealed that Chong-shin had learned about the source of the power in the counter's area. So-mun remembered his fight with Chong-shin and realized he needed to harness all his emotions into a unified strength. This strained his spirit. Wei-jen, Modak then took So-mun to the reservoir, where they met a man seeking revenge against the mayor for poisoning his child with contaminated water. This man was So-mun's father's colleague, who knew the mayor's crimes. Determined, the counters exposed the mayor on live TV, revealing the pollution. The mayor was shocked, and the counters celebrated, but the spirit leader summoned them for using their powers for personal gain, stripping So-mun of his powers and erasing his memories. So-mun, now back to his old life and bullied, struggled until he learned Chong-shin had supposedly died. He confronted Modak, surprising him since So-mun was supposed to have lost his memory. Together, they discovered the body wasn't Chong-shin's, but part of the mayor's plan. Meanwhile, Chong-shin was gathering evil spirits and kidnapped So-mun to bait the counters. The counters fell into the trap and were easily defeated. Seeing this, So-mun begged for another chance to become a counter. Wei-jen re-entered his body, restoring his powers, and he saved the counters from a burning building. Chumei was critically injured and fell into a coma. In her dream, she met her spirit partner, Gi-ran, who was her biological son. Gi-ran encouraged her to keep living, and she woke up. The counters regrouped, and Modak recovered his memories. He planned to take revenge on the mayor, who had killed his loved one. They successfully pitted the mayor against his subordinates. But complications arose as they continued their mission, so they trailed Chingju, and Motak ended up suffocating him and wiping out all his memories. Afterward, Motak grabbed the evidence Chingju was about to burn. It was young Nim's body that had been buried for 7 years. The counters immediately reported this to the police to ensure the mayor and his cronies would get locked up. Seeing the mayor arrested was a huge relief for the counters because now they could focus on catching evil spirits. Meanwhile, Chong-shin and his 2 evil spirits were hiding out and headed to an orphanage. Turns out, Chong-shin had been a child there before being adopted by Sang-pil. Besides Sang-pil, Chong-shin considered the head of the orphanage like a father. When the orphanage head saw Chong-shin, he seemed happy at first, but when he touched a wound on Chong-shin's head from an old punch, he didn't apologize or show any regret. In the end, Chong-shin killed him and absorbed his soul, making himself even stronger. The counters got called to a meeting by the spirits. Wei-jen told them that Chong-shin had reached the final level and merged with the evil spirit, making him tough to beat. Worse, after 30 days, all the spirits in Chong-shin's body would disappear. The counters were shocked and asked how to defeat him. Jen said there was one last power they could use, 4 sticks to create walls that would trap and weaken the evil spirits. So Mun's strength was key here since he had to use the power of a special area to defeat Chung Shin. After learning this, the counters started training to catch Chung Shin. After days of training, So Mun realized his area's power could increase when he was determined to save someone. Motak then went to the crime scene where Jeong Young died to look for evidence. They found Jeong Young's car with dashboard footage showing a man shooting Jeong Young. Motak met Han Oh, Jeong Young's assistant, and asked for help to find evidence that Choi Jang-mul was the shooter. Han Oh placed a listening device under the police chief's desk, and it was proven that Choi killed Jeong Young. With this evidence, Motak and Han Oh went to the police station, leading to Choi's arrest. Back at the orphanage, Chung Shin showed a softer side when he interacted kindly with the orphans. Elsewhere, Ha-na sensed an evil spirit planning to kill a child, which turned out to be Chung Shin's friend targeting a kid at the orphanage. Ha-na informed the other counters, and just as they were about to leave, they saw So Mun's immense power as he saved a child from being hit. Chung Shin himself stopped his friend's attempt to kill the child. Realizing the kid was also an orphan, he even killed his friend and absorbed his soul, becoming stronger but losing control of his power. At night, the counters found Chung Shin's location and prepared the magic sticks to create a barrier wall to catch the evil spirit. So Mun was in charge of using his special area powers to boost their strength. They managed to weaken Chung Shin and the other evil spirits, making it easier for So Mun to defeat him. However, just as So Mun was about to remove the spirit from Chung Shin, a child interrupted, giving Chung Shin the chance to shoot himself. So Mun was shocked because if Chung Shin died, the spirits of his parents would disappear forever. So Mun thought the evil spirit in Chung Shin's body might seek a new host, which turned out to be the mayor. The evil spirit led the mayor to commit murder. While looking for those possessed by the evil spirit, So Mun accidentally met Shin Hayek being beaten. He tried to help, and Shin Hayek's memory revealed that the evil spirit had moved to his father. Knowing this, So Mun went to the mayor's house to confirm it, and was relieved because it meant he had a chance to save his parents' spirits. The next day, So Mun told all the counters. At night, they planned to use the power of the sticks again to lock up the mayor. Suddenly, a female evil spirit broke one of their sticks, causing the ritual to fail. In the fight, Motak and So Mun worked together to defeat the mayor, but he was so strong they were overwhelmed. Ha-na fought the evil spirit inside the woman and managed to extract it. After the previous defeat, Chu-mi-ok's wounds worsened, so Jang-mul called a counter from Singapore, Jeonggu, to heal her. The next day, So Mun found Shin Hayek asleep and sick in his yard. He took Shin Hayek to the counter headquarters for treatment. Chu-mi-ok took care of Shin Hayek, while the other counters followed Jeonggu to re-arrest the mayor. Once they got there, the counters were shocked to find the evil spirit wasn't in the mayor's body anymore. It had jumped into Shin Hayek's body. This put Chu Mei in danger, so Mun and Hana rushed back to help her, while Yunkook and Modak stayed, confident the spirit would return to the mayor. Shin Hayek was beating Chu Mei, but So Mun arrived just in time to fight him off. Since the evil spirit hadn't fully adapted to Shin Hayek's body, So Mun defeated him easily. The spirit left Shin Hayek and re-entered the mayor's body. Modak tried to extract it, but failed because the spirit was too strong. The mayor went berserk and killed Yunkook. Modak was devastated by the loss. The spirit then left Yunkook's body and entered So Mun, making him even stronger with 2 spirits inside him. Feeling confident, So Mun confronted the mayor. Later that night, So Mun took Shin Hayek to his house to heal his wounds and erase his memory. In the morning, a confused Shin Hayek found himself in So Mun's room and ended up having breakfast with So Mun's grandparents. The counters were in a rush to catch the evil spirits before they could get stronger and make So Mun's parents' spirits vanish. They didn't want to lose any more members. Yong Mall waited in a tavern, ready to help new counters if they died in battle. The team geared up to face the mayor. During the fight, So Mun's grandfather got hurt, and Chu Mei tried to treat him, but So Mun refused, not wanting to risk her life. Furious, he unleashed a huge beam of light, paralyzing the mayor and attempting to remove the evil spirit. The mayor threatened that if So Mun did, his grandparents would be killed. They were tied up in a car set to be hit by a truck. Modak and Hana told So Mun to focus on the spirit extraction while they saved his grandparents. The evil spirit tried to distract So-mun by transforming into his mother, but Chu-mei kept him focused. Eventually, So-mun removed the spirit, saving his parents' souls but fainting in the process. In the spirit realm, So-mun saw Chong-shin's evil spirit and threw him into hell. Chong-shin cursed So-mun but was ultimately banished. The spirits of those killed by Chong-shin were confused. Unsure if they were in heaven, So-mun approached his parents, who didn't recognize their grown son. Wei-jen explained they had been dead for 7 years, and his parents felt guilty for abandoning him. Wei-jen led So-mun's parents away, but his mother finally recognized him, and they shared a tearful reunion. Back in the real world, So-mun smiled happily as Hannah watched over him while he slept. The other counters planned to join him in the spirit realm, but ended up in the same place, where they met their former friend, Chil-young, who had been killed by Chong-shin. They were overjoyed to reunite, even if it was just his spirit. The mayor woke from his coma and was found guilty of all the murders, including those of So-mun's parents. The next day, So-mun heard that Shin Hyuk was bullying people again and rushed over, but found that Shin Hyuk was apologizing to his past victims. He even thanked So-mun for helping him realize his wrongdoings. In the spirit realm, the counters and spirits discussed their next mission, recognizing So-mun's great power. Wei-jen decided they would travel the world hunting other evil spirits.